Let me tell you what happened, okay? I go to the barber yesterday and I want to try something new, okay? So I get this look in my head. We're going to do a high fade crew cut. And I told my barber, I was like, if I can't pull it off, let me know. Like, if I don't have enough hair to pull that off, then don't do it. You know, like if it's a high fade, like,
you bald fraud.
If it's a high fade, you know, like what I was doing before was I was like compensating, moving hair around, and it worked, you know, like it worked, right? I was starting to look like Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men a little bit with the way that my head was forming, and I just wanted to try something new. I get kind of bored of the same look. So I sit down and I was like, you know, here, I show him the picture, and this is what I show. I don't even want to show you. It was whatever. It was too ambitious. Let's put it that way. And yeah, so I'm like, but I specifically tell the guy, I'm like, if I don't have enough hair to do this, let's not do it. Okay, let's just do a regular trim. And he goes, well, you know, yeah, no, we'll make it work. Which did not sound great. Like, honestly, at that point, I knew. I was like, this is not gonna go well. So he does it. I look in the mirror. I'm like, maybe, yeah, I think we can make this work. You know, like, I get, you know, go home, put some sea salt spray in my hair, give it some volume. And I go home and guys, I spent 2.5 hours.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. It disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. Right. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
So I get home from my haircut, you guys, and I spent 2.5 hours in front of that mirror trying to make it work. 2.5 hours, you guys. I'm not kidding. I'm like, okay, there's got to be something. If I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this, and and I knew very early on in the evening, I was like, I'm gonna have to shave this. I'm gonna have to shave my head. There's no way to make this work. And yet, in an act of complete futility, I tried for like 2.5 hours. And then finally, it was just like, all right, and here we go. Just full send, right? If you're going to do something, just fully commit, right? You know, you can't do like a buzz cut, just bick it, right? And then I nicked like a little like mole in the back of my head, which bled profusely, which was another thing. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's it for me. I think we just commit to the bald. I think we probably grow out a little bit of a beard to make up for it. You know, we'll just transfer the hair from up here down to here. But I just feel like we just commit to it. You know, commit to tanking the hairline like the tariffs are tanking the economy. I think bald with the mustache is kind of like a bit much. It's a bit much. It's not a look that I pre-planned, you know, which is why we'll grow the beard out, and then that'll, I think, will look a little bit more normal. Like right now, I definitely look like somebody you'd want to like cross the street if you saw me walking toward in the opposite direction of you. I look like my dad is what I look like. Honestly, he would get a kick out of this. Like this was my dad's look for the 80s and 90s. This is what he rocked. Maybe a little bit skinnier. He was a big guy. Anyways, it is what it is. We're in a new era. We're back in the bald era. It's like we're back in COVID times. A headphone dent? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Right there. They say that the headphone dent is a wives' tale. It's not like a real thing, but feels real to me. Do we have a picture of this haircut? I'll show you what I was going for. It's kind of embarrassing that I thought I could do this. Hold on. This is what I was going for, okay? You're gonna make fun of me, but whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. Let me pull it up now. Hold on. This is what I was going for, okay? I know. It was ambitious. I'm not as handsome as this guy.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh.
In retrospect, it was maybe a little ambitious. But, you know, I thought maybe I could pull it off. The reason why I couldn't pull it off is because I have a crest right here. It's like a little ring of baldness. And you can't really you can't compensate. The way that you compensate for that is by pushing this hair forward to cover that. But I needed this hair to partially cover back here, where there's kind of like an oval of balding. And so it's, you know what it reminded me of? You know the scene at the end of Infinity War when Tony Stark is fighting Thanos and he's got the nanotech, and Thanos would like hit him so hard that like a bunch of the nanotech would like fly off, and so the bunch of nanotech would have to like transfer from one part of the suit to the other part, like that, you know, like how the nanosuit was trying to compensate for the armor being like partially torn off bit by bit. Spoiler alert for 2018's Avengers Infinity War. And so I showed him the picture. I was like, look, if I can't pull it off, if I don't have enough hair, he's like, well, you know, this might be a problem, but we'll just leave this longer back here. And so what happened was like, I was able to do like a comb over up here.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I was able to do a comb over up here to kind of hide the balding back here. But this spot, this was the problem area. And there was just no way. I spent 2.5 hours like, okay, what if I did this with the little front poof? What if I split the front poof and half the front poof would go this way and the other half would go this way? And then finally, after 2.5 hours, like I have to shave this shit. And it was tough. Like I'm holding the clippers and I'm like, I'm not kidding. It was 2.5 hours. I'm not kidding. And I'm holding the clippers and I'm looking down, and it took, I stared at the clippers for like 20 minutes. I was like, I got to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. There's no getting out of this. But I just didn't want to do it. And then finally I was just like, fine, let's go. Is what it is. But you know what? Less maintenance, right? Less maintenance up here. I'm kind of into it.